Welcome to VEX Go. In this episode, we're going to look at programming examples in VEX Go. In VEX 1, 2, 3, the programming examples were pretty simple, simply because there wasn't much you could do with that puck. You couldn't build anything unique, and it had very limited inputs and outputs. The programming examples for VEX Go are going to be much more complex and interesting. I have assembled a code base with a photo eye attached. In this particular project or build in the VEX resources online, I think is called code base with downward photo eye, meaning that the photo eye is facing down to detect things that are underneath of the photo eye. So you can see the photo eye there is attached by the green cable to the code base. And in the one view, you don't see a rear wheel, but if you look closely at the other view, you can see there is a wheel in the back. One of the issues with this type of build and doing anything but going straight, when you rotate, you're basically going to drag that blue wheel sideways around in a circle. And any variation in friction between rotating one direction to the other is going to show up as a problem. And in another video, we'll discuss the reality of a lot of these builds and little inexpensive robot devices when it comes to the actual results versus the expected results. So you program it, you expect it to do something, and it doesn't quite do it. Well, that's reality. So we're going to discuss that. I deleted all of the logic, and I'm going to delete the code base and show you that you can select 4 different devices. And when you select a device, it changes the menu for your blocks over here on the left. So you look over here on the left, you see that the monitor is at the top group there. But if I select the code base, you see how it changes the available instruction set. I call them instructions, but they're blocks, programming blocks. So I'll go back and I will delete that, and I'll change it to a robot arm. So watch over on the left. So set arm. So it's a different set of instructions. I mean, some of them are the same. Delete, add a device, we'll pick the supercar, and you see that now we're back to instructions or blocks that you would use with the drive motors. And then, of course, we have one more, add a device, custom robot. And now it gives you some variations to create something custom. Whereas the other group, code base, if I select that, which is the one that you use most often, you're going to see this set of instructions over here that make a lot of sense to driving a robot around. I mean, to drive the code base around. So if we go to File, Open Examples, and carrying a disk, now this would have to be the robot configuration. See, robot arm. So when you open up one of these examples, avoiding obstacles, that should be the code base. So we go over here and look. Sure enough, it's the code base. So when you open one of these examples, it brings up the code, but it also carries with it the configuration for which device that you're using. In this case, the code base. So just looking at that logic real quickly, when started, you set the velocity, both turn and drive velocity, lower than 50%, down to 25%. That's going to give you a more accurate movement. And 25% might be optimum. I haven't really tested it. The gray blocks are comments. They don't do anything. It just allows you to comment your code, which almost any software development or code development tool has some way for you to put in comments. So you have a forever loop, which means that inside of that instruction, if you look at the word forever and then go down the left side, you see it goes all the way down uninterrupted, comes back to the right, and then it has an upward swinging arrow. So when it gets down to the bottom, it goes back to the forever. If the eye sensor detects an obstacle, the blocks and the if branch will run. So if I found an object, if the photo eye found an object, then stop driving, drive in reverse for 25 millimeters, rotate 9 degrees, and then the else does not execute. So it goes back to the top and executes that code again. So if we pick another one, open examples, we'll do the carrying the disc, and see, the robot arm was selected for us automatically. Energize the magnet, meaning to lift it. So you're going to either boost or drop. So boost means energize the magnet to pick something up, or energize the magnet to drop it. Okay, and then spin the arm up. So spin arm up for 45 degrees. Wait 1 second, and then spin the base with the arm up holding a disc. So now you're going to spin the base. So you've defined one motor as the arm and the other as the base. So it's going to spin to the right for 9 degrees, then it's going to energize the magnet to drop instead of boost. So that's good for VEX Go, because we're not teaching you how to program. I'm just showing you how easy it is to just jump in there and start doing stuff. And there is example code. Now this is the example code that you can open up under File, Open Examples. And wait until push, waiting between commands, while loop. So I'll discard the one I was using. See, here's another piece of code, and then there's kind of an overall project description here, and then there's comments. VEX Code Go.